Kronk's New Groove is a really enjoyable film. I wasn't sure if I'd love it because I'm not a huge fan of The Emperor's New Groove. This film never really appealed to me, but I have to say it's pretty decent. I'm never going to say it's my favourite Disney film, that's never going to be the case. But as a one-time watch, I liked it. Maybe I'd watch it again, maybe eventually. And I can say that I haven't seen this one before. There are some Disney animations that I've revisited, but I don't really remember them from my childhood. This one, I'm 99.9% confident I had never seen it before, so I'm definitely considering this the first time I'd seen it. This was released in 2005. It's directed by Saul Blinkoff, Elliot M. Bauer, and Robin Steele, and we have a screenplay by Tom Rogers with a voice cast including Patrick Warburton, Tracey Ullman, Eartha Kitt, David Spade, John Goodman, Wendie Malick, and the wonderful John Mahoney, as well as various others. And of course, the voice acting across the board is very good. This is a sequel to The Emperor's New Groove. This focuses on Kronk, and Kronk's father, voiced by the wonderful John Mahoney, is going to be visiting him, and Kronk cannot please him because his father wants him to have a house on the hill with a wife and kids, and that's just not where Kronk's life is at the moment. And then we get to spend more time with Kronk and get to know the people in his life and what he's like as a character in a bit more detail. And I won't say what happens or how things conclude, but Kronk gets the opportunity to learn some lessons about what's really important to him and what his focus in life should be versus what his father wants for him. And I think there are some really strong messages there, and I imagine it's something that many people can relate to. This idea of trying to make your parents happy while also trying to live your own life your own way. And I feel like it is a common thing. It's not something that I've ever really experienced, but I know a lot of people do feel that pressure and struggle with that divide. So if there is an element of relatability there, I think there could be some really, really positive takeaways, both for the Kronks of the story and the fathers in this kind of scenario. It definitely is decent. I didn't find the narrative to be the most engaging. The execution of the story worked well, but I didn't think it was the most fascinating. But I did really like Kronk here. I thought we got a good chance to get to know the character. I really enjoyed spending time with him. It definitely makes me think more about the character than I perhaps previously would have done. Again, he's never going to be my favourite Disney character, but I now feel like I have a much better knowledge of Kronk, which is something I really appreciate. The animation is gorgeous. The colour palette is incredible. We have a nice variety of bright, bold colours, visually so engaging. The music is really great too. And of course, we have some great messages there with a pretty important narrative. Again, it's never going to be my favourite Disney film, but I can't really fault it. That being said, if you're a big fan of Emperor's New Groove, you're probably going to have very different expectations. You're probably going to be looking for very different things. So while I enjoyed it as somebody who's not really that bothered about Emperor's New Groove. I don't dislike it, absolutely not, but it's, again, never a favourite. So if you do love that film, you're going to be probably expecting something specific or looking for something specific. And if that's the case, I'd love to know what you think of this. Does it meet your expectations? Do you think it's a worthy sequel for somebody who is a fan of the first film? For me, I had no expectations. I just wanted to tick the box and say I watched it. I enjoyed it a lot more than I expected to, and ultimately, I thought Kronk's New Groove was a pretty great experience.